the Eagles, while we're all sleeping, decided to just change the font of 1995 font, I think. It's been that
95,
long.
96.
But like, if you're gonna change a font, Vince Quinn, please don't pick it out of Microsoft Word's endless use of fonts and then just stick it on there, because that's what it looks like. The Eagles are now officially the Jets. Congratulations on the modern look of looking like the Rams, the Falcons, and everybody else, and having zero creativity whatsoever with your jerseys. And I guess this is what we have to do if we want a little bit of Kelly Green in our lives. We got to deal with this really stupid, awful font.
Yeah,
that's it. It looks like a third grader went into Wingdings. Like, yeah, that looks great. And by the way, thank you very much, Julian Laurie, Vince Quinn, who loves you very much. You've done a poor job. I'm putting this on you. This was totally his call.
Bullshit.
That's why he wasn't mentioned in the press release when they were talking about like all the different scouting people that got promoted and new jobs. Julian Laurie, at 27 years old, made the call on this. I feel it in my bones. I'm blaming him, and I blame you, Vince Quinn.
You are out of your goddamn mind, okay? You are a crazy person.
Like, yeah.
Yes, yes. Look, here's what happened. Like you said, the Jets and their font, the Patriots, the Lions, the Jaguars, it's all the same. There was a time in Futurama, they have this episode where two guys are running for president. One is Jack Johnson, the other is John Jackson. That's what this is, okay? It's all the same. They're looking for uniformity because the NFL is big and bad and powerful, and so they're boring. They're not going to take risks anymore. In places where they don't have to do it, you got one marketing department to go, all right, do it with the Eagles now. All right, do it with Dallas now. Like, that's just what it is. So it's fucking lazy. I agree. It's not inspiring. But here's what I'm going to say is the more that I've looked at the old logo, first off, the older it looks.
Don't do it.
Oh, man.
It's
96, by the way.
Yeah, it was 96. Thank you. Sorry.
It's not horribly out of date yet. It's not. But I looked at it, and then I saw the new one, and not that the new one's better, but I was like, well, yeah, I mean, that one does look a little old. But here's the biggest thing, John. This is the number one important thing that people need to take away from this. The Eagles are wearing Kelly Green in 2024.
Hell yeah, they are.
That is their primary. That is the primary. That is the primary in 2024, I'm telling you right now.
I don't know how to feel about this because I want to be excited about that potential, and I know you're probably not as excited about the Kelly Green as I am, but man, that's just it doesn't look good. I don't know what to say.
What do you mean it doesn't look good?
You ruined the fucking Kelly Green. It doesn't look good. It's such a bothersome and I believe Jeff McClain pointed this out that it won't be across the crest of the chest on the jersey.
Yeah.
That font will not exist, right?
No.
So as long as that doesn't happen, then I think I'm okay. But, like, it's a bad font, and they need to change it in 2 years.
Well,
so we forget about this.
It's happening in 2024. And that's why I say all of this, okay? Because you got to think of process. It all starts with Zach Berman, who had a tweet the other day with all these changes. And what he said is that the new font isn't going to be on the jersey until then. Well, why? Because it's built for Kelly Green, and that's what they're going to do. Like, they're transitioning for it now because it takes time. You got to think about this. You're an organization, right? You're a multi-billion-dollar entity. Everything that you own
relate to that,
has to change. Yes, give us a couple of years. But, like, you got to change the seats in the stadium potentially. All the other signage that you've got in the stadium, your pro shop, every piece of gear that you sell needs to get done in a new skin.
Yeah.
And here's the other problem with this, and this is the biggest thing and why I believe it's still going to take all this time in 2024, because even though Kelly Green is next year in 2023, Nike couldn't get their jerseys right when this started. They couldn't get the color right. They still don't have it right.
Yeah.
I was talking with somebody earlier today, shout out to Nick, and he was saying that, yeah, when you go into the store and you see the jersey on the field, it's a different color. You can't have that. So when you're a professional organization and you're changing over your branding, your identity, your primary color, it's got to look good. They've got to believe that Nike can execute this as an alternate. Once they see it as an alternate and it looks good, they try that for a year. They go, great. Now let's start building it out, and that's going to be the new thing. But that's where this is all going, because the number one reason why they got rid of that logo is because there's midnight green in it. So unless you're going to redo that logo and have it twice with Kelly Green and Midnight, you might as well just change the damn logo.
You're pulling the goalpost to the other side here. It's not as if, like, yes, does it need an update? Of course it does. Sure, especially if you're going to Kelly Green. Yes,
yeah.
Who gives it? I don't give a shit about what the organization has to do to prepare to get into Kelly Green. Choose the right fucking font, and you didn't. That's the point. The arrow, boom, way off the bullseye. It's not even a thought to it of just like, yeah, that is That's good enough. They didn't even ask a kid from Philly to be like, hey, you want to get a crack at this? Like, I would have done a community thing. I would have done something to, like, if you're going to do a monumental change, something you haven't changed since 1996, make it a part of the fan base. They just did it quick in the night, almost on a news dump, but not so, like, they didn't like this. You want to know why they didn't like this? They announced it on Thursday, which is basically a Friday, and they're like, yep, nope. And on before freaking Father's Day weekend and Juneteenth, right? No one's going to remember this now. That's why I'm bringing it up on a Tuesday, everybody, because we got to remember that was horrible. You were talking about how this is a golden age franchise, and that's your choice? That lettering is your choice? Fuck you guys.
Where is this?
I'm telling you, it's so irrationally dumb in the middle of summer as we're celebrating it, and I get it. I am irrationally pissed off at this font. And everybody just went, it's fine, shut up, you'll be okay. And now there's all this PR explanation of why we should be okay with it. I'm not okay with it, Philadelphia Eagles people. Fix it. It's so bad.
It's boring. Yes, the NFL is a fucking boring organization. They're not exciting risk takers anymore. And you know what? I agree with you. Like, look, I went on Reddit after the logo got made. And what happened over the next 2 or 3 days? Every graphic designer that exists on Twitter and Reddit all did their own versions of the logo, and they're all better.
Exactly.
They're all better. I mean, this is totally the NFL being lazy as shit. They've got one department somewhere or one outlet that they hired that's just making all of these and making them as simple as possible. It's just what it is. I think it is a laziness from the NFL, and that's why they wouldn't be inspired about this. It's not their choice, really. It's just like, here's this basic thing. All right, it doesn't suck. It's what everybody else has. It's
passes,
easy for us.
and it won't make anybody upset. So
that's all it is.
Print it.
They're trying to print money. But look, they didn't change the logo yet. You know, like...
Yeah, you said yes. Exactly.
I
That's
agree.
coming too.
It is. But, okay, that doesn't mean they blew it yet. I'll see
They're
what
going to.
If they
If
blow the
that's
logo, I'll be pissed. All right? If they blow the logo, I'll be pissed. They changed the word mark. I don't really give a fuck. It's going to look fine with Kelly Green.
It looks
Everything's going to be fine.
like shit.
It looks
in Kelly
fine.
Midnight red, blue, orange, black, and yellow. It looks terrible.
It's boring.
It's
not
boring.
bad. It's boring.
It's the same thing.
No, it's not. There are different things. It's something being boring and actively bad are different. It's not hideous. It's not an eyesore. It's not the worst thing you've ever seen. It's plain Jane, as they like to say.
Man,
if they say that anymore, I don't know.
This is like a Hydrox Oreos discussion. Like, this is a...
Yeah, this is brought to you by eating Tide Pods.
It's totally the same thing. It's fine. I'll get over it because the color. Man,
yes, the color. The color's what matters. I want the Kelly Green uniforms. That's the great look. That's where it's going. Our logo's Kelly Green.
I don't disagree with that. However, this is the same shit that happened. We loved sports because of its fun, little quirky creativity things. I still pine for the 1989 Eagles logo because that's the best fucking one. You know what the best Sixers jersey was? The ones from 01. Give us what we want. It's not the best, but it's the most nostalgic. Give us what we want. I'm tired of, like, these kind of things, but I've got to put my mark on it. No, you fucking don't, because you're going to be gone just like Chris Heck and everyone else that is in these franchises. Stop putting your mark on something that's traditional and awesome. Just give us what we want. No franchise has ever done that in the history of sports. Hey, guys, we want this thing. Cool. We're going to make something completely different. Every time. We can't just have Kelly Green with the old logo and a slightly updated 89 stuff. We've got to have some slapdick, awful font. And now Vince is telling me be prepared when the Eagles logo be changed, and I'll definitely be pissed about that too.
Yeah, 2024 is, I would bet they go Kelly Green, they update the logo because all the black in the logo is not the direction that they're going right now, and it's going to change. And that sucks. But by the way, for me, I love the 70s, like the 75 Vermeil era Eagles logo. That thing is fucking sick.
Yeah, that would be cool too.
I love that logo. If they went back in that direction, I think that would totally work. But yeah, that is the thing that sucks about this. You know what I like? Like the weird Orlando Magic logos and uniforms with all the stars and like it's weird. The Vancouver Grizzlies, their old jerseys back in the day.
You're talking about expansion teams like from the 90s?
Yeah, because they were odd shots in the dark, bold.
And look at them now. They look great. great.
And
some of that stuff looks great.
Some of it looks great, some of it doesn't, and that's the tough thing, right? Like Memphis Grizzlies, okay? So they start in Vancouver. They have this weird, crazy, giant grizzly bear logo with a funky teal, and the franchise basically folds and moves to Memphis. Fine. They update it, and now they have a newer, slick logo with a different color scheme, and it looks really fucking good. Like, sometimes teams nail this. It's
Because
just a question of the autonomy.
The NBA is cool.
Well, yes.
The NFL is not cool.
No.
It is mass-produced shit. Like, that's why they don't have the fun college wear whatever jersey you want on a game day. That's amazing. That's fun. And they want to avoid that at all costs. I didn't know that the franchise that sets the bar for everybody else would join them. I'll be irrationally upset. Are you? I don't know. I feel like everybody's going, John, calm down, and I won't. 215-509-5833 is how you get a hold of us and text us.